draft a corner and maybe a linebacker. I think those two would be more impactful and they'll be more safe coming from the draft. Like I know a corner day one would probably be way more productive day one out the draft than a DN. That's just being honest. So I think the two safe positions to draft coming out of the draft to help your defense immediately probably be a corner and a linebacker. If you can get two dope, either a corner or a safety. I'm talking about like I don't think end would be ideal. So go get at least two mid-level players or a higher end player and a decent player in free agents. I think that's the best way to do it, bro. That's the best way to do it.
I agree.
What you think about that, Scott?
Again.
Yeah. So when it comes to this picking situation, like at first I would admit that I was on the other side. Like, okay, yeah, if we can trade him and get better as an overall team, let's do it. But then, what's up, Miss Matrix? But then I saw going back, doing research and stuff like that. Like, it's like teams don't typically trade hauls for wide receivers unless you're like on the what I call the Hall of Fame type trajectory. So, and right now, currently in the league, I feel like the top three right now who are on that Hall of Fame trajectory are CD, Jettas, Chase. Now you have JSN and Puka Nakua that is like right there. Even if you argued and said that they were better than those guys, like okay, I can accept that. I mean, JSN just got offensive player of the year. Yeah, he just got offensive player of the year, first team All Pro. Yeah, and I think Puka's been first team All Pro like twice. I think he was like first or second team All Pro his rookie year. So both of those guys are crazy. So it's like both of those guys, if you argue that they're better than Jettas or whatever, because Jettas has had some down years, okay. But I don't consider. I think if you're not those three guys, then you're below that. And it's not to say that I think that Pickens has GOAT potential. I think that Pickens could possibly be Megatron 2.0. Megatron 2.0, Randy Moss. Like, we don't know. And it's like, because that's where I see his potential going. But I'm just saying, as of right now, like, Pickens is still just that tier below. Not saying that he can't be on that trajectory, but it's like I feel like you got to have multiple All Pros and Pro Bowls before I can say like, yeah, you're on that level. And so when you're looking at the players that got traded for hauls, Tyreek Hill, who was already multiple first team All Pro, Devontae Adams, same thing. Like both of those guys are likely going to be in the Hall of Fame. Once their careers are said and done.
Lie, though. I agree with you. I feel like you right on point with that, with the Pickens take. But at the same time, I'm looking at it like sometimes you just know, bro. Like you just know. It ain't gotta be that I gotta wait till he do it. And my example would be somebody like Derek Stingley. I knew Stingley was that dude out of LSU. I know what type of talent he is. But when the Texans, he had done nothing, He ain't done nothing in the league. The Texans was like, bro, that's that dude, bro. We know who he is. So we finna go and give him his money because we know exactly the caliber of player he is. I think this one of those cases, bro. You see George Pickens. We all got eyes. We know exactly who he is.
You pay him. Yes.
You know exactly who he is, bro. Like, listen, what's so crazy? We can't say he better than those players, but was he better than them last year?
Right.
That's what you asked.
Yes, he was better. So that's why I'm saying pay him, because when it comes to wide receiver hauls, you're usually only going to get a haul for a Hall of Fame type. Now, yes, there were cases like Stephon Diggs. He did get traded for a lot of picks when he went from the Vikings to the Bills. But I think in that sense, like the Bills did pay him purely on projection because he had no Pro Bowls, but he did have 2 back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons. And that's the same thing with Brandon Cooks when he got traded to the Rams. Then the next year he got traded to the Patriots, I think. So it's like those two were traded, but
back to back. Yeah.
right, because they had back to back. Yeah, he played a back to back Super Bowls, and he had back to back 1,000 yards, even though he wasn't a Pro Bowl wide receiver. So those guys did get were traded for first round picks. But when you talk about a haul, like a true, like we about to change our shit up haul, you know what I'm saying? Like those are Tyreek Hill, Devontae Adams type trades. So it's like, and now we're seeing that Pickens. That's what I'm saying. I think at first I was overestimating Pickett's value as far as like what you're going to receive back for him, because now people are saying give us Pickens and a first round pick, or possibly Pickens and 2 first round picks, and then you can get Max Crosby. I'm not for that. Yeah, that's what I say. I'm like, I'm not for that, because I thought if you can trade Pickens and get a haul, like get multiple first round picks and shit, oh yeah, do it. Absolutely. But I'm like, if you can't flip him like that, it ain't no reason to trade him.
Worth it.
It's not worth it. It's no reason to trade him, because what you project him to be is greater, right? You project him to be great, and you don't want this to be another situation like the Greg Ellis and Randy Moss situation. You pick Greg Ellis, and then it's Randy Moss. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're gonna be looking like an idiot. And what I was trying to say is that Pickens is integral to our offense, and I think his value on the offense is being underestimated. Like, oh, we can just get, we get anybody, they'll be able to do that. We said that. Remember when we said that shit about Zeke, when Zeke had them 12 touchdowns and 800 yards on a bum knee? And we were like, anybody could do that. And then we realized quickly the next year, no, anybody could not do that. So it's like there's a difference. And it's like we don't want no swipe left, like Lou would take Lou word. We don't want no swipe left wide receiver. We already know what it looks like when the wide receiver is pretty good. 800 yards. We got that from Brandon Cooks, did we not? 800 yards. I think how many touchdowns he had? Like 8 or some shit like that?
Yeah, he had 8.
He
didn't have 800 yards last season, though. He had like 5 or 600.
Oh, we never even got 800 yards from him?
Like 8 touchdowns.
I thought we did.
I thought we did. Shit, we ain't never got him.
Don't tell me that, because you already know my stance on Cooks.
You ain't get shit from Brandon Cooks. You got 8 touchdowns from Brandon Cooks.
Never gave you 800 yards.
Damn. Like, okay, but see, that's what I'm saying. Like, we can't do that. We need an elite tier. When you go back in the Super Bowls, they had at least 2 wide receivers that was 1,000+ yards, or they had a wide receiver and tight end combo that both had over 1,000 yards. Like, you need the firepower. And I was listening to y'all like, yeah, you can have a great defense, but ask the Texans about having a great defense. You can even talk about the Patriots. That defense played lights out.
That's why I said when you play a team that got a great defense too, now what you need?
You need an offense. Like, the reality is you need it all.
You need both.
It all.
Yeah.
You need it all. Like, you need a good offense and you need a good defense.
Yeah.
Like, you can have the best defense in the world, but if you can't score points, it does not matter. Like, you need an elite defense to give your elite offense more opportunities to score points.
Facts. And hold back their offense.
Exactly. Like, that's the point. If you just have an elite defense, but you don't have an adequate offense, you're going to lose. And it's like the Patriots lost because they was like, all right, we're going to stop the run. We're going to make Drake May beat us. But it's like Drake May didn't have no weapons outside of Diggs.
Facts.
And Diggs is on he's still good. Diggs still had 1,000 yards, but he's on the back end of his career.
Back end of his career, definitely. Hey, real quick, salute to Suave, man, with the 10-piece. I just want them to maximize the potential of the offense while Dak is still playing at a Pro Bowl to All-Pro level. We don't know how much longer he has, but we have to capitalize. Agree.
Facts.
Because listen, this is the thing. This is the reason why. This is the reason why I'm not risk adverse right now. The window for Dak Prescott is little as a motherfucker. It's about this goddamn big. You know what I'm saying? It's about this big.
It ain't no window no more. That motherfucker a peephole.
It's a peephole. Yeah. So it's not even really a window no more. Like, you got like a couple years with Dak Prescott. And it's either one or two things going to happen. either Dak Prescott, is going to be washed up. He gonna wake up sorry at the end of this shit. You ain't gonna want him here, or he gonna still be playing at a high level, and he knocked out his Cowboys. Those are the two realistic things that are going to happen. I don't see this nigga signing another contract with Dallas based on the contempt that Jerry Jones had with Todd France and them. They do not want to keep going back and forth between them. They never fucking win those negotiations.
Facts. I got a great example right now of this offense and defense problem that we're talking about. Think about this. What did you need in a couple of those games that we played San Francisco in the playoffs? You needed a little more offense.
You needed a wide receiver.
If you had a wide receiver 2 in those games, you probably advanced.
Correct.
You probably
2022, you advance. If we just simply targeted CD and Amari and we didn't have dumbass Kellen Moore in 2021, we advance.
Facts. We treated Amari like a normal player. That was a mistake. We should have been throwing the ball around. Exactly. So like the next year, we just didn't have enough offense. We didn't have what you call.
We had nobody. We had literally
CD.
We had CD. Tony went down, and then
Tony Pollard got hurt.
Right, and then Zeke knee was fucked up the whole year.
It was over with. Yeah.
It was
and
over
look,
with.
your defense played great football. Your defense held them to what? 20-some points.
19 points.
19.
I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that at all.
They played phenomenally, but it didn't matter because you didn't have the offense. And then 2023, if Brandon Cooks is not 2 feet tall and could run that whip route is meant for big body wide receivers, then Dak don't throw that pick.
Facts. You think George Pickens wouldn't have allowed that? He would have boxed him out.
Exactly. And Dak would have had the deep ball. Like, the reason why you don't want to really get rid of George Pickens for Dak is because I've been praying for Dak's whole career for him to get a true X wide receiver that's an easy button wide receiver. That when I'm in the time crunch and the offense ain't working, the scheme ain't working, I can just throw this bitch up in double coverage and it works.
And he go get it.
Because everybody else had that. Like, people want to talk about Burrow. He got the best completion percentage in NFL history and all of this shit. And I'm like, yeah, because he got Jamar Chase over there. Like, when you can just throw it up to elite wide receivers that's going to come down with the ball. Like, we saw the type of balls when Justin Jefferson was playing with Kirk Cousins. We saw the type of balls that man was catching. I remember that Bills playoff game. Kirk Cousins threw that to him in like double coverage. Justin Jefferson had to jump like 20 feet in the air, but he came down with it. Like, we've been missing that. Think of the 2021 playoff game. Cedric, that last deep ball when Dak was off balance and he threw that hoe, it landed right in his hands. That's what I'm saying. Like, we need a wide receiver that can catch the ball in high pressure, big moments. And we know, as elite as CD is, that's not really his role.
He come up short sometimes.
That's not his role.
Be honest about it.
That's
the hard
not
conversations got to be had, bro.
Exactly.
He come up short sometimes.
Exactly.
And I don't know if you heard this point real quick, Star. What I said, like, you just paid Javonte Williams. Your ass need to be trying to keep George Pickens. Real talk.
That's true. I heard you about them loaded boxes.
I don't think you want to see Javonte when they focusing more on him. No. Real talk.
No,
I don't think you would have paid that version of Javonte Williams. I'm sorry.
No, you don't. Like, and granted, the offensive line also this year with run blocking did very well. I think that Javonte Williams, we got to pair him with somebody. And in my opinion, it got to be better than Blue. I mean, Blue can have a big off season, but he gonna have to show me. I'm not just gonna be lining up and say, "Yep, Blues is gonna be Javonte Williams in Blues backfield." Like, I feel like we need somebody better. He said trade Lamb. Then I mean, we could trade CD Lamb, but
and be back.
You're
talking about. I haven't won yet.
I'm like, if we trade CD Lamb, we're gonna be back to square one. And it's like, I have concerns about these wide receivers in the draft, because you got Carnell Tate, where I'm like, okay, he's an Ohio State wide receiver. I gotta look deeper into his film. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, everybody says he's amazing, but I'm like, production wise, the other Ohio State,
Jeremiah Smith.
Yeah, Jeremiah Smith had
He the dude over there.
Right, he the dude. He had 1,300. I was like, okay, maybe it's the quarterback. I was like, let me go see what Jeremiah Smith stats are. Good. 13 touchdowns, 15 touchdowns. I'm like, okay, and he's a freshman. He's just a sophomore. So I'm like, I remember people like Lou talking down on what's his name? Abuka, saying, oh, Abuka, he's second best over there because Jeremiah better. But Ibuka had a lot of 1,000-yard seasons over there in Ohio State. Cardinal Tay never had that. So I'm like, okay, that's a flag to me. Like that's a red flag when the best you could squeeze out was $8.95. So now I'm gonna have to look and see, okay, well, why was it that? Was it like a Matthew Golden situation where maybe you was open, but your quarterback just didn't give you the ball? I don't know. So it's like I have to look deeper, but then they also talk about Jordan Tyson and his injury history. Like, right. So that's concerning. Like, I feel like it ain't the same caliber of wide receivers in round one as it's been in years past. So that's why I'm not just as gung-ho on the plan of like, let's just draft one at 12.
I just want to know, I want to ask them, why are y'all like Cowboy fan? He keep talking about trading CD or George Pickens. Like, that's the only way to success y'all see? Like it's so many other options, man. I'm generally asking the question, like, why does that seem like it's the only answer to y'all when it's other ways? So you mean to tell me that it's no way humanly possible for you to structure a team that could satisfy your defensive needs without bothering CeeDee Lamb or George Pickens? I just don't think y'all see it. Like, I don't get it, bro. Like, what the hell is wrong with y'all, man? I don't get it, bro. Like,
I got an
there's
example,
so many
bro.
other ways to do this shit, man. Go ahead, bro. They
I got a question. Bro. I got a question for you, landlord. I got a question. I just need to know. If your daughter needs money, are you gonna rob your son to get it for it?
Absolutely not. I'm not. It's other ways to get that.
Like
This is exactly what we're talking about.
Robbing Peter to pay Paul when Peter on your team too. It don't make sense.
It doesn't, and it's like then I'm concerned, and this is not me hating on Max Crosby, because of course I watched the film on Max Crosby. He is amazing. But when you look also at his production, I'm like, he is, somebody said it yesterday, I think it was One-Handed Bandit, shout out to One-Handed Bandit, but he was like, Max Crosby is amazing. He's a high-end D-Law. And I was like, oh, okay, like what he mean by that? But basically, like, his superpower really is stopping the run. Like, he's gotten over, I think, 10 sacks twice, either 2 or 3 times in his career. But he's mostly like a run stopper. Like, he led the league last year in like run stuffs and stuff like that. And
tackles for loss.
And tackles for loss. So it's like he's a beast he's like a D-Law. Yeah, he's a complete
defensive end.
He's a complete defensive end. But it's like, when you realize, okay, he is aging, then you realize, okay, he did have to have this knee surgery. It's like, is he really worth your potential Randy Moss, young 25-year-old wide receiver? I just don't know about that. They
banging for a defensive end when we truly need a pass rusher. Like, we got interior pressure. We got interior players that should be capable enough to stop the run. We actually seen Donovan Izaraku shine in that role. He was stopping the run too.
That's true.
So like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you think about it, we actually need one of those manufactured pass rushers. We need a pure pass rusher, to be honest, more than anything else. We need a pass rusher, bro. We need a sack artist. That's really what we need.
That's what I'm saying. And I'm like, you can build it. Go ahead, Henny. Sorry.
No, I'm going to just interject something real quick. I thought about some shit. People are quick to mention, that nobody, is winning, or, 2 wide receivers. The Dallas Cowboys done did plenty of shit that nobody else has done, but y'all don't say. Ain't no Super Bowl team got 3 first-round picks in their offensive goddamn line. There's not a single Super Bowl team that got 3 first-round picks on the offensive line, but y'all couldn't wait to go and draft. There's not a Think of Super Bowl team in this bitch. They got 3 defensive tackles, but you motherfucking got them. So let's just be 1,000%. I don't want George Pickens in this motherfucker. He don't.
That plays to the point that
and that's okay.
That plays to the point I was making, bro. We got customized problems. We need things that other teams might not need, and vice versa, bro. It's not a black and white. Like I said, it's not a how-to guide, step-by-step manual of how to win the Super Bowl, bro. It is not. It don't exist. It's different for each team. It depends on how your team is constructed. And not the way our team is constructed, it might not need the things that the next team need, bro. So all them comparisons is really, it's good talking. It's good for discussion, but it really don't matter for real.
And it's like we are not asking for just give us any type of
on my side too.
Give us any type of edge. I just looked at the free agency market for the edges. I'm like, this is a good free agency market. Like, you could really go after and get you some young dogs. So
I'll be right back.
Yeah, it's like this is a chance you could really go out there and get you some young dogs, like that could build you an even better committee, and one of them could get you double-digit sacks, or a couple of them. Like, there's a couple names like Odafe Owe. Who else did I see in there? It's a lot of them. I can't think of them right now. I had just looked them up. But it's like there's people over there that you can get in the free agency where it's not that they're young guys that have a lot of what's it called upside, basically is what I'm saying. Like, I don't think that you have to go the route of I have to give me a George Pickens when you already have an elite defensive interior. And if you just cut the dead weight, cut the dead weight, you'll be fine. You know what I'm saying? Like, get rid of these bad contracts. These people you shouldn't have paid. You shouldn't have paid Ferg. You shouldn't have paid Bland. You should have paid Osa. You can get out of their contracts next year. So it's like, just get out of their contracts next year and then do what you got to do till the 2029 TV deals hit.
Yeah. And that's the thing I'm trying to do too, man. I'm just trying to fix the defense while not getting worse anywhere else. I don't want to get worse at wide receiver when I don't have to. They don't make sense to me. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to take a step back so this other side can take a step forward. I want them to stay the same or get better. Like, real shit. I was still trying to make the offense better. Y'all trying to take away from the offense. I would have considered Jeremiah Love at 12, nigga. We hadn't paid Javonte Williams and shit. So that's my entire point. They want to take something away from the offense when there are actual avenues in open free agency where I can improve my defense, make my offense better, and then go back out there and compete. Because imagine if we had Jeremiah Love or Josh Jacobs got cut, or we made a play to get one of these other running backs, and they seen all these light boxes from CeeDee Lamb or George Pickens.
Exactly.
Imagine that.
Yeah. Arnell hit somebody with a $5.
Yeah, it just popped in. Loke said, "Wait a damn minute, landlord Alabama accent coming out with that constructed."
Constructed. Yeah, I know how I talk. I speak broken English. I've been told y'all that. Cowboy fan been talking crazy. Let's see what's happening, man. That's my guy though. I like it. I like the banter back and forth. He said, we sat here all year saying, guys, good Lord. Well, take it away then. Go ahead. Shit.
Hey,
fuck what he said.
I didn't try to put it. I'm trying to put it back up. This should be.
He said we sat here all year saying guys need more targets. Now you about to pay $35 million to a guy you can't even give targets. It's crazy. We gotta run the ball too. Who you can't give targets to?
I mean.
What is he talking about?
It's the premise of go ahead.
I was just gonna say Dak Prescott threw the ball 600 times last year, dog. Niggas got targets. Like that nigga threw the ball 600 times.
Shotty was just gonna run the ball. That man gonna throw the ball, bro.
Yeah, I'm like, I think it comes with the fear of like if you pay 2 number 1 wide receivers, you're not gonna run the ball at all. But I don't think that's the case because running the ball is in Shotty DNA. He's not like Big Mike, who was like, we need to run the ball, and then he never ran the ball. You know what I'm saying?
Very sneaky.
Exactly. It's like, no, Shotty said we're going to run the ball, and he did. That's why Javonte was a top 7, top 8 running back this year in NFL in production.
The
That's why he's
Eagles
not
did
paid.
it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. The Eagles
But
had 2,000-yard
truly,
receivers and 1,000-yard.
truly, I
back.
don't think Dallas is mature enough to do it. To be honest, man, listen, bro. We family, we can have real discussions. Y'all ain't paying for the slow-paced game like that. Y'all ain't. Now, I wish that might be our most effective way to win. It might be. But you got to convince that to Jerry. Is that going to keep butts and seats and shit? Like, I know that ain't the best way to think about it, but it's the truth. Like, do y'all want that slow? We complained about looking at the way the Eagles play. Us, Cowboy fans, we were like, man, that shit weak, man. Them niggas, did we not? Am I wrong?
Nope, you correct.
Even though it was effective, we was like, man, them boys play so weak, bro. Jalen Hurts don't never throw the ball. We was complaining about how they play, and it was their most effective way to be successful. I don't know if we gonna be mature enough to sit through that, even if we should. Real talk. Like, we'll be like, man, the way Dallas operate, and I'm gonna be 100 with y'all. If we played that brand of football, you will see so many people up here like, man, let's get rid of Dak. Let's get rid of Dak, man. He ain't doing that but handing the ball off. Man, you will see so much crazy shit. I promise y'all, bro.
That's
We
true.
not mature enough for that. So let's stop playing these games, bro.
And we got to think that when we were built like that, when we won in the 90s, we had to. He still is the best running back of all time. Or one of the best running backs of all time. So it's like, unless you got that guy back there, which we don't got, and now they just paid Javonte, so they're not about to go and trade for Bijan. They're not going to trade for nobody that's like that for real. They're not going to trade for no Jonathan Taylor. So it's the fact of the matter is, it's like we're not going to ever be no damn ground and pound. We're not going to be that. We're never going to be that. With Dak, we're not. Now, maybe when Dak leave and we get a rookie quarterback and we're trying to help him out, we'll be ground and pound because we need him to pass the ball very minimally.
Lightly.
Just manage the game.
Light version of passing the ball.
So it's like once Dak gone, then yeah, I'm sure we will be ground and pound unless we just luck into the next best thing. But even if you do, they still got to learn the game. So we can go back to a watered down offense. But considering that you have a Hall of Fame type quarterback playing at Pro Bowl, All Pro level, you got Hall of Fame trajectory wide receivers right now. Like you're going to pass the ball, but you want what our goal, and to be honest, is to be balanced. Like 30 for 30 is the goal, but you have the offensive power that if the run is getting stopped, you can air it out. And the issue is a lot of people don't want to talk about it, but in them big games too that we lost, we couldn't run the ball very well. We couldn't run the ball very well versus Carolina.
You didn't see a 100-yard rush in the playoffs. We didn't see those.
Well, Kenneth Walker did, but
I'm talking about for us.
For us, yeah, for us.
You talking about us?
Oh yeah, we haven't had that.
We haven't had 100. We haven't. 2018 against Seattle Seahawks. That's the last time we had 100-yard rush.
Yep, that's what I was gonna say. I was like, that's the last time we had.
Also, real quick, I think to say I gotta give Tyrone Church his love for sending Land a super chat. It might be Land. I don't know what side is actually. He said Clowney had 8.5 sacks. KD in Alex Ed and Williams of Frank Gore type, and they really looking for RB2 targets from Ferg. Nigel hit somebody with a 5. He said, "What did they drafted Jeremiah Love?" Well,
if they draft Jeremiah Love, sir, I'm gonna lose my fucking mind.
And then, to answer the question, for Cowboys fan, yes, we did say that Pickens needed, but CeeDee Lamb went down in game 3. That was the third game of the year when CeeDee Lamb got hurt. We got to understand not everything is just they first game in, everything clicking and shit. Like, folks get adjusted. Them niggas ain't never played in a real game. And as the season progressed, George Pickens got more involved with the offense. So can we be fair when we sit here and talk about what we said? Like, yes, in the early part of the season, one of the critiques was, yes, let's get them more involved. but that is also the natural progression of adding a new wide receiver into the mix. You know what I mean? That what happens. You're gonna go from not being accustomed to the offense and the spacing and shit to now it's second nature. I know Dak with me right here at this depth. I'm put one hand up. I'm gonna catch that bitch. Like it's levels to this shit. So can we be fair with the actual conversation?
Think about this part. That wasn't only George Pickens' first year. That was Shotty's first year too. Like, think about it. This a first year operation all across the board. So of course they had to figure out what they like the most, what they do better. That's the natural progression, like you said, of an offense. Like trying to figure it out, trying to find the identity, trying to find themselves. So I think people really put too much into that. Like, yeah, of course he needed targets. He needed to figure it out because they trying to figure out the whole offense. And you seen what it was. And in a season where they didn't even stay healthy all the way. You know what I'm saying? So I want people to realize we talking as if this is the peak. This ain't even the peak to me. This ain't even the peak of the offense. Now, one thing I will say, I don't want Shotty to make the same mistake Mike did and then improve that offense. Because once you cook the league, they gonna invest heavily. Yeah, and that's what Mike's mistake was to me. Like, I feel like we cooked the whole league that year when CD went for 1,700 yards. Dak was an MVP candidate. We cooked the whole league. So what they gonna do? Them people getting paid millions of dollars to stop us. So that's what every defensive coordinator did, figure out the way to slow down or stop Dallas. So if you're not getting better, you're staying the same, you're actually getting worse. You're actually getting worse because now everybody know exactly what they need to stop about your football team. You always need to add some new talent or some new wrinkles or some new ideas to what you present to them. Defensive coordinators spending weeks and weeks and weeks just to stop you. You know what I'm saying? The whole offseason, they studying your tape just to slow you down. Especially if you the number one offense, you the standard. Most defensive coordinators going to be looking like, okay, what would I have to do to slow these boys down? We got them on our schedule this year. I'm focusing on them. That's how it's going to work.
Yep. I agree with that 100%. Like, they are going to have to add in some new wrinkles to this offense. Like, and Mike McCarthy didn't do that. That's what I'm saying. Like, we still got to add to the offense. Like, but so the argument to take away from the offense when we really need to be adding to the offense because we've got to get better there. Because this was year one. So it still wasn't what it could be as a seasoned offense. So it's like we need to get better there and we need to get better on the defense. This notion of let's fuck up our offense to get better on the defense, like that's counterproductive, I just feel like, because it's like unless you can say that your defense is going to be the Texans defense after this year or the Seattle defense after this year, then you're going to take a step back. Like unless you can say I'm going to have a top 3 defense. And the thing is, this plan, so I love my guys Bossy Lou. I swear I love this so much. But this plan is like, they not even, I was like, oh, Star, I'm not even trying to you say we're going to be top 5. But it's like, well, if we can't be that. Exactly. He's like, no, we're not going to be top 5. Be like top 10. It's like, no, boss. If we go trade Pickens, we need to, if we're going to subtract significantly from that offense, first of all, you need to add back what you lost. It's just counterproductive. Like, I know we lost Micah and we want Micah reparations, but if you replace Micah and then you get rid of GP, we're going to be saying we need GP reparations.
They trying to get rid of GP for GP too. That's crazy, right? You remember that? Off GP. They trying to get rid of GP off GP. That's crazy.
A general principle.
What?
Yeah, just for no reason. He ain't even gotta be moved.
And it's like, I get it. It's 2 Ferraris, but it's like that's literally what you need. You need 2 high-end pass catchers. Even when the Chiefs won them Super Bowls with those terrible wide receivers, they still had Travis Kelce, who was a Hall of Famer.
I just thought of another reason why y'all need to leave our receivers alone. I just thought of another one, and y'all gonna feel me. You remember when we was having our epic debate the other day with Boss now, when one of them was like, Yo tackles was the tackles that had that number one offense. They was like, who was the tackles then? And you remember my response? I said Dak. They ain't let me elaborate on it. The reason I said Dak is because this was the most he ever been hit. He ain't never been hit. There was one hit off of the most Dak ever been hit in a season this year.
Yep.
And y'all just don't feel that because they didn't all result in sacks. Why the fuck do you think they didn't all result in sacks, bro? Why? Because he had the weapons that was getting open early enough so he wouldn't sit there and hold the ball and pat the ball. That played a part in it, sir. The reason having two dope-ass wide receivers basically kind of, you could say it saved your quarterback too. Real talk, because your tackles didn't do it. Did your tackles save your quarterback star?
No, they did not.
Did they, Hen? Let me know.
No.
Chat, did the tackle save your quarterback this year?
Definitely not. That Tyler Guyton got better, but he got hurt too.
Guess what? This right here is finna show you, Star and Hen, that this shit directly points to the wide receiver. You wanna know why? Because we just said Dak threw the ball 600 fucking times. Right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Does that not directly correlate to the wide receiver?
Yep.
We not talking about the passing game. I mean the running game. We not talking about that. We talking about when Dak threw the ball 600 times, what helped Dak Prescott stay upright more times than not was the fact that he had two outstanding fucking wide receivers. And y'all want to take them away. If you take George Pickens away, now you're going to see all the inefficiencies of your tackles. You're going to see that your tackles going to get your quarterback fucking killed. And you're going to see that your tackles, that your run game is not as great as you probably think it is. Leave the receiver alone, bro. It's helping your team out a lot. Y'all don't think y'all get that, bro. Real talk.
I agree.
If you take that receiver away, man, Dak gonna take way more hits and way more sacks than he did last year. I promise you that. It's evidence showing that the tackle play wasn't the reason that Dak didn't get sacked a lot. It was the fact that Dak processed well and quickly, and he had options to go to.
That's correct. That's like the Green Bay game. Right. And remember, Micah was slinging them,
slinging
our tackles like rag dogs. They were slinging our tackles like rag dogs, but GP was unstoppable in that game. So Dak was able to get the ball out, get the ball out.
Cowboy fan, you got to give me that, bro. That's the direct correlation to the wide receivers, bro. It is.
Yep.
No lie.
It's definitely to the wide receivers.
Michael Parsons came out and gave Dak so much love and said, man, watch the tape. Watch the tape. Watch the tape on Dak, man. I was there. Watch the tape. Sure enough, that guy, they be going crazy.
Yeah, Michael Parsons was floored. He was like, I can't believe this shit, bro.
I was just about to say, stop. Micah told you. While y'all talking all that shit, Micah told y'all who was responsible. They asked Micah why he didn't get no sacks. What did Michael Parsons say?
Dak.
Man, Dak was
he told you who his tackles was.
Dak.
Y'all better quit playing, man. This shit over with, man. Tell them boy to go sit down, bro.
It's like
that shit dead, bro. Shit dead. Real talk.
We can't risk.
Go to Michael Parsons for the evidence. They done got me hyped now. Go to Michael Parsons. The one who y'all want so bad. Go to ask Michael why the fuck he couldn't sack Dak that game. And he gonna tell you why. He didn't say Tyler Guyton fucking name. I don't even think he was playing. He didn't say Terrence Steele, did he? He ain't say Cooper BB. He ain't say none of them niggas. He said Dak, nigga. Quit playing.
So it's like you just can't. I don't think you can afford to take a step back. There's a reason why we were begging for wide receiver 2. It's because we need it. Like I don't know why that's like been lost in translation. We need it, and I get. Well, Pickens is not a number 2. It's like a number 2 in today's NFL is really a number 1 in training. So just because you have two amazing wide receivers, like we can't help that Pickens is now up for contract. But to sell him and say, okay, well, we can get. I looked at the free agents, wide receivers. It's not great to me. I was like, you got Mike Evans, okay. He's 32, will be 33. And he's old injured and he's taking a step back.
Shout out to Vach in the building, man. He's absolutely correct.
He said you need to be full fun to take the stress off of DC. Absolutely. Shout out to Vach. And it's like, well, I forgot my train of thought, but it's like, yeah, you can't take a step back. Like, you need to have two great wide receivers. You need to be able to. You can't just have one. We already know what it's like to just have CD. And obviously, when we didn't have CD, there was games that we couldn't win because we didn't have him as well. We only had GP, and GP
Facts.
did a lot, but we still needed CD. Like, you need both. And it's like, unless you're going to, I think Jarrell said that in the chat. He was like, the only way I would want to trade Pickens is if, like, we can get, I guess, way better on defense and then also get a superstar in the backfield. But signing Javonte just pretty much block you from doing that. Because they're not going to value it the same. They're going to be like, oh, we don't need Jeremiah Love.
Yeah.
We have Javonte. We don't need B-John. We don't need that. We got Javonte. So it's like, bruh, you take away Pickens. All right, y'all going to see what's going to happen.
I don't think they want to do that,
And
bro.
the
I'm
defense
telling you.
is not going to be good enough, I do not feel, by just adding Max Crosby. Like, it's not. Max Crosby is going to help, but I just don't think that Max Crosby is going to. We're going to add him, and that everybody is going to be better. Because when we look at the past few NFL Super Bowl teams, they had elite cornerbacks, elite safeties, elite linebackers. Like, we need to be trying to get those. Yeah, and defensive tackle. Like, we need to be trying to get those positions over at edge, because you can build a really good edge by committee. Seattle and the Patriots just did it.
I was just about to tell him.
And Philly did it.
Hen, remember how we talked about the characteristics, well, the actions of the Cowboys told you what they value. Y'all keep talking about what Brian Schottenheimer want this and want that. What the hell did he do? He let go this super duper premier pass rusher. And what did he do after that?
Exactly.
When he got defensive
He
tackle.
went and got a defensive tackle.
Right.
But y'all keep talking about, we gotta have this. This is what Shotty wants. This is what he wants.
They
Look at the
inflated
fucking
He
him.
showed you. He listen, Shotty.
Look at his actions.
Shotty showed you. Shotty showed you what he meant by winning in the trenches. That nigga got 20 million. Yeah. That nigga let your edge walk. Did he stand up for Michael Parsons when it was time to move the nigga? Or did he
No,
take his
he
ass out there and
said-
say it was unanimous? Hey, get your black ass
He
out
said it
there.
was unanimous.
Unanimous.
Because he thought that it was more
Unanimous.
important that he get elite defensive tackle play than it was to have an edge. And that was Boss's whole argument for years.
And
Like,
I
we
just
don't need an edge. We
I just
need
don't
elite
understand.
DTs.
I just don't understand how you can say what now you using all these speeches saying that Shotty wants this and Shotty wants that and CP wants this and wants that. Bro, the very thing that y'all desire the most right now, we had it. And we said, fuck that, give me something else. So how is this is what he actually wants?
Right.
It makes no sense, bro. It makes no sense.
Like, Shotty Dak, CD fought tirelessly to get Pickens. So we can't act like, oh, it'll be okay. We just get rid of him and replace him with somebody else. I don't think that, bro. Like, I think it's going to cause some problems because I don't think they were on board. I don't think the locker room, regardless of what people say, Dak and Micah, Dak don't really like Mike, all that shit, whatever. I haven't seen it. Maybe there's some backdoor shit, whatever. But even so, it's like at the end of the day, Dak stood on the table. He stood up for Micah, which means I think he expected Micah to be on the team, which is why I think he's saying with George Pickens, I'm going to get involved if I have to, because I didn't think that I had to get involved like that with Micah. Everybody thought it was a foregone conclusion we was going to pay him. So I think Dak and Micah, especially CD too, bro. Like, CD was the one who took it the hardest when we traded Micah. So if we then go again and trade George Pickens, CD said last year trading Micah fucked his head up. So you going in and you trade George Pickens, what you think that's gonna do?
Wait a minute. Look at Jarrell. I see what you're saying, but you missing the point. He said, to be fair, we didn't give Micah a DT. We not talking. We know Micah would cook with a DT. What we saying is look at the actions of your team. Like, we're not talking about what Micah did or didn't do. We talking about what your team did. They let Micah Parsons go, and then what? When they got a DT. Like, this is what your team did. Like, they showing you what they value.
Yep.
Unless you want to just make the case that they just hated Micah gut so much that they just wanted to let him go. You can make that case. Go ahead. But we talking about, I don't know how you can disagree with actions. Like, you know what I'm saying? If I slap you, I either slapped you or I didn't. Like, I mean, how you gonna disagree with something somebody actually did? But I mean, I don't know. I disagree that I slapped you. I don't agree with that. Right? Did you do it or not? Like, you can't disagree with actions, bro. I'm just telling you what the actions of your team was. That's all.
They traded Micah for they traded Micah for 2 defensive tackles.
Basically. They got 2 first-round picks from Micah Parsons and Kenny Clark. They then flipped around and traded some of those assets to get Quentin Williams, right? And listen, we keep talking about what folks talking about. Y'all tell me all the time that Jerry Jones run the show. I thought that Jerry Jones ran the show because that's who y'all blame for everything. So Jerry Jones out of his mouth said, instead of having Micah Parsons, I want to have a whole bunch of niggas. I want to have about 3-4 dudes when we pay Micah Parsons.
Put Vibes comment on the screen, please.
Yep, that's
Vibes comment on the screen, please.
Thank you, Vibes.
Because that tell you everything you need to know.
Every single one of them. Think
about this, y'all. When we got Quinn Williams, not only did we have, they just showed you, they went across the league because you remember the report said that they were trying to get Brown from Carolina. They were trying to get a lot of people.
They were trying to get Brown and Williams in the Micah trade, and both of them was like, nah, we can't afford them. We good.
See, the point is, though, they was trying to get defensive tackles. If they wanted an edge, they would have got an edge. And I ain't even talking about the Kenny Clark deal. That right there tell you everything you need to know. But I'm talking about the Quinn Williams deal. If they desired an edge, they would have went for an edge then. They could have traded for an edge then. They went back to DT again. They doubled down on DT. Right. And that was without Micah Parsons.
That's right, landlord.
I don't think y'all peeping this, bro. That's crazy.
And the reports was saying that we were going to get an edge. That's what even Ricky, y'all know the dog Ricky on Twitter.
Yeah,
even Ricky came out and was like, we were going to trade for a pass rusher. Yeah, he don't be missing. He said we were trading for a pass rusher, and then we ended up trading for Quentin Williams, which shows you that's when Shotty talks about the trenches, they're talking about defensive tackle and guard play. Like, that's what they're talking about. So it's like, even when they talk about pass rushing, Shotty used that as, what's it called, like false bait or whatever during the presser at it was the owners meeting, I think that was, when they asked Shotty, like, well, who are you going for at 12? And Shotty was like, oh, I like to build outside in, so probably like receiver or somebody who can get after the passer. And then what did he do? Draft Booker. So it's like, Shotty, when he talk about trenches, he talking about the interior. So I think they'll be comfortable building a committee. They just need to build a better committee. That's all I think. Build a better committee than what you had last year. You banked on Sam Williams. That didn't turn out right because he was coming off of that ACL. You landed good with Clowney. Didn't land good with Fowler, but that was a good try. I just think that your defensive coordinator kind of regressed everybody to hell. Because I'm like, there's no way that Fowler fell off like that. You don't go have a career year and then the next year you only have 1 or 2 sacks. Like, that doesn't even make sense. And he wasn't hurt.
Hey, did you say Tyrone Church other super chat? I ain't sure if you did. Maybe I missed it. And then Cerebral Assassin had a super. He says, I'm coming. Probably so. I'm not saying I'm not. But he said, I'm coming this offense name. What he said, I guess he's trying to say I'm calling this offense name 488 3K Hertz, I guess. I think I kind of get what you're saying. But Yeah, man. I don't think that's the best way to go about this, man. And it's evidence. Like, most people already see that you would have to basically cut off your arm and your leg to get max. And it's just not worth it. Like, and we had the opportunity to do what y'all saying. We had the premier pass rusher. We let him go. Then we had resources to go get another pass rusher, and we decided to get Quentin Williams. Man, we'll figure that out later. Like, and then something I think they failing to realize too, you just drafted a top 100 player in Donovan Izaraku last year.
Mm-hmm.
So how much more progression you think he's gonna have? Because regardless of how we feel about these players, it's all about how they feel about these players, how they view these players. So when we look at Donovan Izaraku, they might feel like they got them a pass rusher, a premier cornerstone type pass rusher next year. That might be what they feel.
I think they do. They already saying he's a leader. More. Right. Yeah. They already saying they feel like he's a leader in the locker room. Shotty said when Marshawn passed, he said one of the guys that everybody was shocked that he became a leader, but he really started speaking up was Easy. They believe he's a cornerstone. He's a part of their future. And I think you'd be a fool not to bet on him. Like, obviously, if he gets the right coaching, then he can be unlocked. Because we started seeing, we started seeing flashes of what he could be. I really think White Cotton, that's why his ass is not here. I really don't think White Cotton knew what he was doing, like, along with Flukes. So it's like, if you have him, then you add in somebody like they said, Odafe Owe. I think also possible Azeez Ojulari, possible Kayvon Thibodeau. Like, there are guys in those tiers where you feel like you can get. I said, if you can get some guys that you for sure can get you about 8 sacks, then you're gonna be good. Because you have Quentin Williams. Like, I mean, that's just my opinion. I could be wrong.
Yep.
But
hey, we all could be wrong, but we just trying to figure out what's the best option. Because I think everybody main objective should be trying to construct the best team, bro. The best team. That's what it's all about. And like I said earlier, your best team for another team might not fit my needs. You know what I'm saying? Like, we might need, the way our team is constructed, we got to figure out how to make that the best, how to maximize what we have, because we not finna reconstruct the whole team. So it's certain things that we need that other teams might not need. So it don't even matter about trying to steal somebody else's blueprint. It's not gonna be the same, bro. It's just not.
Yep. Yeah, it's guys. I would bring Dante Fowler back. Would he pay? Like, there's people.
I want Fowler back too.
Yeah, it's like, I want Fowler back. You got Kwity Paye that I would go after from the Colts. Like I said, Azeez Ojulari, Clavon Chason, Odafe Owe, Arnold Ebiketie from Atlanta, who started taking off, David Ojabo. I mean, there's young upcoming pass. I think if with a change of environment, we can unlock those guys. And build. That's what I'm saying. I would like to go after more of a, let's try to get elite. Like they say in Denzel Ward, like, I feel like those are the well, he gonna be a free agent, I think. No, he may be a cap cut. But if he is a cap cut, like, that's somebody we should go after. Like, let's try to make our other positions elite. Our secondary, because even last year we said that it was the cornerbacks that really was the problem. They couldn't cover shit.
Facts. That was a problem too.
Like, they can't cover. Exactly. So it's like, it don't matter how good your pass rush is. If you can't cover at all, and as soon as the quarterback says, he can get the ball out. Like, what is a pass rush gonna do? There are ways to neutralize pass rush. That's all we're saying. Like, you can neutralize pass rush.
Oh, Star, we know firsthand. Because Micah's been neutralized plenty of times. Exactly. And people still putting up 40 points and still beating our ass. Like, it didn't happen.
We got 40 points put on us. And it wasn't just 2024 either. We got 40 points put on us in 2022, 2023, like with Micah and D-Law on the field together, both great, elite. So it's like they didn't know where to shift coverage. That's why I don't play that. Oh, they'll tilt coverage and then everybody else will be great. No, the hell they will not. That was the problem with Micah, because we were like, Micah's so great, but when you take Micah away, nobody else is showing up.
Facts. And then, like you said, if you can neutralize them that way, that's a better case for a unit than a premier guy.
Exactly.
That's a better case for a unit.
And we got to know, like, Micah also played with 2 all-pro cornerbacks that were the best at taking the ball away in the league. So it's like you have to have, Max Crosby would not have that. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, Micah had a supporting staff. Really, the only thing missing from Micah was that elite DT.
Facts.
If we had,
and we tried to get it for him.
We did,
but
try.
We failed.
Right, we failed. We failed, and I hate that. I hate that we failed Micah, but he had elite. And then when we look at CP's scheme, like, bruh, he said he basically. There's a reason why his corners and safeties where he go be elite, because it's a requirement of his scheme.
And then one thing too, I don't think that get enough attention is we done had different defensive coordinators all these years since Dan Quinn. And when you do that, you drafting players for your defensive coordinator at the time. Now you just got a miscellaneous ass team. A miscellaneous ass defense. Like, oh, you drafted him for Zimmer. You drafted him for, you know what I'm saying? Like, how is that going to be a collective unit? How is that going to be a good unit if you drafted for random defensive coordinators who not here for the long stay? So you really just got a miscellaneous collection of players. That's what you got. So now I think the best way to move forward is to probably, like you said, minimize the risk, because you don't even have a fully assembled team. Like, why would you risk it all for Max like you one move away? It don't make sense, bro. Like, we got several things we need to do. Like, of course, now I'm going to be honest with you, a team like the Eagles, they might get them because they are one player away on the defense. You know what I'm saying? They actually are one player away.
They got everything else. 2 all-pro corners, all-pro linebackers.
Corners, safeties, linebackers,
defensive tackles. They got everything.
I don't want to lie. Yeah, but I ain't going to lie to y'all. I got to escape. We've been on here over 2.
Yeah, we've been on a long time. Okay, yes.
I gave them some work, though.
It's been some great content, though, man. Both of y'all for taking time out y'all busy schedule to jump on the show, you know, cook up with your boy, man. I appreciate everybody that we got almost 200 people in here across all platforms. Thank y'all for showing love. Thank y'all for watching. Did y'all have anything y'all want to add before we got out here? Have final words. My only final thought is I'm keeping George Pickens, man. I don't care what we got to do. Jake Ferguson, all your money belongs to that nigga now. Osa Digizua, you know, put something on it. That, you know, you and CD, y'all been pushing for the man. Y'all sneak that nigga a couple dollars. Shit, man. Y'all go ahead and make this shit work though, man. We gotta keep George Pickens, man. And we'll fix the defense too. But like shit, we keep that all pro, man. That's all I got.
Not only that, we not crashing out for one player either. I think that's irresponsible. When your defense was that bad, think about this real quick and then we can go. Think about this real quick. Your defense was absolutely horrible. Now, we can blame all of it on Flus, but what sense do it make to put one player on there and say, basically, now I got to try to add everything else in free agency? You have no draft, basically. You got one. You may have one first-round pick. We might not because they want 2. So we just talk about what we going to give them like they got to accept that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we can't be outbidded. Like, that's crazy. So, if your defense was that bad, what on God's green earth would make you think one player gonna fix everything?
Yeah. Unfortunately, he's not. And And I think Max Crosby is amazing. Like I said, this is not about me not thinking that he's amazing. It's just the fact that your defense needs more, and you can't trade all your picks. If you trade all your picks, and that means that you really got to go full throttle in the free agency. And it's like, when has your team ever gone full throttle in the free agency? That's why I'm like, Lou and them, it's like the other side is like, well, our team don't move that way, so we can't compare. But it's like, but y'all saying y'all think we gonna be like the Patriots did last off season and spend how much money they spent? They spent a lot of fucking money. So it's like, in order to do that too, we gotta do the
300
hit.
million.
That's what I call it. 300 million. We gotta do the Henny plan. We gotta flip the switches. We gotta do extensions. We gotta cut niggas. We gotta do a lot. Like, if we just gonna say, okay, let's just rebuild it all. Just trade all the picks, trade them all, and then we'll
And I'm
build
gonna
it
be
in free
honest with
agency.
you.
It's just,
For them to sign Williams, don't indicate that that's what type of life they about. I'm
no,
sorry.
bro. Exactly.
That ain't even direction. That ain't the direction that look like they moving in. So
it's like keep Pickens, go after some more elite. This is I feel like this is a good free agency
we
defensive
keep
pool.
forgetting he and say he gotta go.
Oh yeah, anyway, all right. That's my final word. My final word is, let's keep Pickens and
y'all
not
good,
max
man.
out for Max. We not maxing out for Max, man.
Yeah.
New hashtag.
God bless
no
America.
Facts.
Not maxing out for
All
Max
right,
is
bye.
crazy, but
We not
works
maxing
though,
out
man.
for Max.
Never
Not
look at
maxing
man.
out for
Peace.
Peace.
Not maxing out for Max.
It's crazy.